This week on our CEO business interview, we have a gentleman who is the brand ambassador of a 197-year-old family business. But not only that, it is the best-selling whiskey in the world and the #1 travel retail brand. Ladies and gentlemen, the global ambassador for Johnnie Walker, Tom Jones. All right, Tom, once again, a very, very, very warm welcome to Golf by Centrics, and it's such a privilege to have you here. We'll start by asking you a brief about yourself.
Sure. Well, thanks very much for welcoming me here, and it's a great place to be, a wonderful golf course, and I'm really happy to be here in Uganda. So yeah, I'm the global ambassador for Johnnie Walker. And really what that means is I get to travel the world and tell all of our consumers about our great whiskey and how to enjoy it. But I suppose my road to get to that job, it was quite a long one. I spent 20 years working in hospitality, running hotels, bars and restaurants, until finally I got the opportunity to follow my true passion and love, if you like, which was Johnnie Walker. So that's how I got here.
All right, and you're not in the family lineage of Johnnie Walker, if I may say. How do you get to represent a 197-year-old brand?
It's a great question, and in many ways, those of us that now represent and work for the brand think of ourselves as custodians. We're looking after the brand for the future, for future generations of people who will continue to enjoy Johnnie Walker, the best-selling whiskey in the world.
All right. So how did you get into the whole branding business, and how do you get chosen to be a brand ambassador?
Well, I live in Scotland, and I have lived in Scotland for 30 years. And my passion was hill walking and discovering the countryside, if you like, and the distilleries, the little flavour factories, if you like, where we make the whiskey that becomes Johnnie Walker, are all over the country, up in high hills and mountains and in beautiful locations. So I discovered them through my hobby of walking, learned about how they made the great whiskey, and then, well, somebody said they liked the way I spoke about it.
Right, Tom, what does it take to be an ambassador, most of all a global ambassador for Johnnie Walker? I'm thinking you need to have principles.
Sure, it's a great question, and indeed you do. I think the most important thing is you've got to enjoy yourself along the way. You know, of course it takes hard work, dedication, and a commitment to learn about the things you're going to talk about, whether it be Scotch whisky and Johnnie Walker, but enjoy yourself along the way. I had a great time going around and discovering all the distilleries in Scotland and learning how to talk and present to people. And I constantly enjoy it. Some people may say it's a challenge, traveling all the time, but I get to see the world, which is one of my dreams. I think big, and don't be afraid to think big. Chase your dreams, work hard, but enjoy it along the way.
Which brings me to the question, what does it entail to represent Johnnie Walker as a brand, as a global ambassador around the world? What does it take?
I suppose the important thing is you've got to want to travel. You have to forget what day of the week it is or what time of day it is, because that doesn't matter anymore. Every day is a new day, which is fantastic because it brings with it some great challenges and some wonderful rewards. I think just embrace all the different cultures, all the different people around the world, and enjoy meeting them, the places that they live in, and of course enjoy telling them about what I talk about, which is of course Johnnie Walker and Scotch whisky.
You have, it traversed the whole world really. At any one time. Do you have a personal life? And if so, how do you go by it?
I do have a personal life every now and again.
Yeah, because I'm thinking,
of course, I know. I understand what you mean. It is. There's a lot of travel, and it's a big commitment to the job. But I was happy to make that commitment, and it works within my work life and my personal life as well. And it is about finding balance. And you need to make sure that you are fulfilling, your challenges at work, but also fulfilling your life dreams. And I find that, well, I do that, and I do that because I love the job that I do.
What do you love most about your job?
I love the traveling and meeting people from all around the world.
All right, I'm thinking, for a brand like Johnnie Walker, I mean, it's worldwide. I mean, it's been here for 197 years. How do you remain at the top top level of the business?
Well, it takes the hard work of a lot of people. When I stand and talk to people about Johnnie Walker, the company in a whole that I work for employs over 30,000 people around the world, and a huge number of those directly play a part in the success of Johnnie Walker, whether it's people back home that are working in the distilleries, to the people that bottle the whiskey, to exporting it, to selling it in bars, or even coming up with exciting new marketing campaigns and ways of talking to people about the whiskey. Every single one of those people has to be at the top of their game and committed to success and achievement, but enjoying their life along the way. And that's how we stay on top.
All right, I'm sure very many people will want to know, as a global brand ambassador for Johnnie Walker, do you have a favorite whiskey, first of all? And how do you take it?
Well, my favorite whiskey is Johnnie Walker, right?
Yeah.
You know I'm going to say that.
The favorite brand of
But
Johnnie
you know,
Walker.
I enjoy them all, but without being, oh, I enjoy them all. They're all lovely. You know, the one I'm drinking most at the moment, and I really enjoy, is Double Black, and I like drinking that with a cola drink, but the diet variety. And I love it just tall glass, lots and lots of ice, and a squeeze of lime. And if I can't get that, I'll always have a Johnnie and ginger.
Well, mine is a Double Black on the rocks, but yeah, hey, it's a good drink.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, you are a global figure, that's for sure. To the people who are out there and who are looking up to you, what word of inspiration would you give them, would you have for them to keep them walking?
Well, I think the most important thing is to chase your dreams and enjoy the journey and keep walking, Uganda.
Get up there. Get in. Get in. Get in. Yeah! Guinness World Record. Longest one. Yeah, boy.
All right, many thanks, Tom, for those kind words of inspiration. Of course, we do hope that will keep Uganda walking, most definitely, yeah? I don't know if you're a golfer or if you play golf that often.
Well, I live in Scotland. I play a little bit.
What's your handicap?
I don't have a handicap. That's how good I am.
Well, every time on Golf by Centrics, every episode we have a golf challenge on this hole number 2, par 3, where the aim is to get the ball closest to the pin.
I would.
You think you can nail it?
That's going to be my aim, certainly. Let's do it, shall we?
Oh, let's see how good you are. Fantastic!
Thank you very much.
Well then, Tom.
Awesome.
Wow, Tom,
So how did I do?
you're such a hitter. Well, I can tell you something. I'll tell you what. We've had a couple of hits. How did you think you fared?
Well, I think I beat both of them. Absolutely.
You think you beat
I think. I
You
mean,
nailed it.
I think they'll actually. The distance will be so close that it'll be really hard to use a measurement.
Well, Tom, I'd like to bust your bubble a bit.
Oh no.
Oh, yes. You did it, and your distance was 60.3
Millimeters?
feet. 60.3 feet.
Oh, I did Scotland really proud
Well,
there.
well, you tried. You're number 3 on the leaderboard, but yeah, that was one hell of a shot. Really.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully we can host you here next time and we can do this again, yeah?
And do a little bit better, I hope. Yeah.
All right, Tom, 60 feet. Oh, you tried. I'll tell you tried. But look on the bright side. There's nothing a good glass of whiskey can't fix.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Are you a music person?
I do. I like a bit of music. Yeah.
Who do you listen to most?
Well, I do particularly like an American sort of jazz blues singer called Wynonie Harris. Well,
Wynonie Harris.
If it's going to be Wynonie Harris, and after 60, missing the hole by 60, I think I would have Quiet Whiskey.
Quiet Whiskey by Wynonie Harris for our guest today on the show, the global ambassador for Johnnie Walker. It was a pleasure having you on the show, and of course not forgetting our partners on this show, Rwandair, Schumann International, who dressed me up, Lake Victoria, Serena and Golf Resort, and of course Johnnie Walker. Keep walking.
Whiskey on the shelf, you were so quiet there by yourself. Things were fine till they took you down, opened you up and passed you around. Look at everybody, they've got real tight. Now they want to start a fight. John never did nothing wrong in his life. Now he's in the corner with the policeman's wife. Frank's so drunk he can hardly see, trying to make love to Penelope. She took a bottle and hit him in the jaw. That's when the neighbors called the law. Whiskey on the shelf, you were so quiet there by yourself. Things were fine till they took you down, opened you up and passed you around.
This is Golf by Centrics.